So hi and welcome to another session of One in the Spirit. I'm Dave Clemis, your host, and this is a show where we interview interesting people and groups within Orleans United Church. And today I have a very special guest with me, Michael Parsche. Mike, how are you? Welcome to it.
Thank you.
Mike's been working with the youth group here in Orleans United Church.
Yes.
And what got you into it in the first place?
Well, I was involved with Sunday school for teaching for a number of years, about 5 years, and I was getting kind of towards the end of my time. I really enjoyed playing with the kids when they were in junior kindergarten, doing the crafts with them, and I sort of followed my youngest son up. And when he was in grade 4, the youth group was looking for someone to help them do some event planning. So, okay, I'd help them out with that. Well, little did I know, 6 weeks later, I was at my first retreat and I was running the program. So they were looking for leadership, and there I was, all of a sudden in charge.
Do you have some other folk that help you out with this?
Yeah, we have about 46 leaders on and off throughout the year that help out, and come out to activities that help us with our Sunday morning classes and things.
And Molly, I think, is part of this as well, is she not?
Yeah, she is. She does. We do some of the planning for the retreats, and we kind of plan the curriculum, the program throughout the year.
So what's the age range of the folk that are part of the youth group?
They start with a couple events in grade 6, so that we allow them to sort of come up to our spring retreat when they're in grade 6 to experience what the group is like. We have a couple events where they can come to it, but then in September when they're in grade 7, that's when they can formally join the program, and they stay until however long they like, but typically some of them stay all the way up to grade 12. So we range in age from 11 to 19.
Wow, that's quite exciting. You've got a few people in that group now.
Yeah, we have about 25 to 28 registered.
Wow.
I don't know the exact number.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's really good. I guess it's kind of a nice bridge between your commitment to become an adult member of the church and leaving the Sunday school.
Yeah.
Because typically that's a gap that's missed, I think.
Yeah, well, they spend, so they start with the youth program. We have one class, all of us together. We involve everyone as much as we can. And then, usually in their first or second year, that's when they do, some of them do confirmation. And then that's when they become members of the congregation itself.
Yeah. So these folk are doing more than just learning and worshiping. They're involved in some rather interesting activities, outreach activities.
Yeah, we've done various outreach activities. One example I can think of is a couple times we've made some sandwiches for the mission. Originally we wanted to go and work in the kitchen, but you have to be 18, so we worked it differently, where we collected donations of food, of bread and peanut butter. We made sandwiches one day in the kitchen. It was quite the production. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you've also done, I think, the spring cleanup, I remember.
We've done 2 or 3 times we've done junk collection. Basically, we get one truck donated, we rent a truck, and we drive around to different places, and the youth are there picking up junk, separating it out into stuff that we can either give away to other families, or stuff that we throw away. And we don't always tell people what we're throwing away and what we're not.
Well, hey, make sure you put my name on your list for next time you do this. I got a lot of cleanup to do.
Oh, good.
So I understand that part of what you do on a Sunday is, of course, have your own worship service.
Yes, we do. Yeah, so we worship down in the youth lounge, which is at the other end of the church from the chapel. And we have our own rituals there. We have we have a candle lighting, we have a closing. We do, we have a sort of a routine where we'll have a question to start off, and we'll go around the room and just get everyone comfortable. It's sort of a check-in with everyone. Sometimes that conversation goes off in different directions. And then we have a lesson. So we have some curriculum that we follow, and our teachers rotate through, and we go through some interesting sessions, lots of conversations.
So I understand that the weekend of April the 1st is going to be kind of an interesting weekend for the youth.
Yeah, it is. I guess on Saturday night we have our annual trivia night, which is certainly a big event. We pack the hall full of people, and we do trivia. This year I'll be hosting along with my son Andrew. I always have a youth hosting with me, and we kind ask trivia questions, and we hand out snacks, and it's a lot of fun. People really seem to enjoy the event.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunday we have what we're trying for the first time is something we're calling Reverse Youth Group, where we're asking members of the congregation to come down, instead of one end of the church, come down to our end of the church and kind of be in the room. We're hoping we have 30 people in there, all squeezed in together, and we're going to go through our regular Sunday morning. We're going to do our regular routine, hand out food, we're going to hand out prizes, if you get answers right, that kind of stuff.
And they better get in touch with you or the group pretty soon, Eddie,
Yeah.
because I imagine the place is starting to fill up already.
Yeah, we have some people, but they certainly can contact me, or they can go to our website, odcyouth.com, and there's a link there that says Reverse Sunday School, Reverse Youth Group, something like that.
Yeah, so folks, give Mike a call, for goodness sakes. You don't want to miss out on this. I'm sure it's going to be a very special event. And of course, it's always been special when we've had representatives from the youth group in at the sanctuary in the services and participating in different ways. And so I'm sure that it's about time we paid back the favor and come and see you folks on this. So.
Yeah, I think the most difficult Sunday we have is after our lock-ins. Every year we have a lock-in when we come in on the Saturday night. We stay overnight, we don't get a lot of sleep. And then we come to the sanctuary, and I think that's the most difficult for them, is that trying to stay with what's going on after they've had like 2 hours of sleep.
Well, I know it's been a joy for the people sitting there watching them.
That's good.
I won't say it's a distraction from what we normally have, but no, it's really great to see that happen, and I certainly hope that goes well for you folk on Sunday, the 2nd of April.
Yeah, that's when today is.
Well, Mike, this has been really entertaining talking to you about this, and it's looking at an aspect of the church life which some of us would not even know about.
Right.
And so I'm certainly glad that we get a chance to give a little exposure to that great bunch of people in your youth group.
And it's certainly a lot of fun when I do. I just smile every time I come in here and get to do this.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So thanks very much for being here with me.
All right, thank you.
And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask of Mike, and certainly don't forget about registering for April the 2nd, I'm going to have Mike's email address available at the end of the session. As well, you can phone the church and talk to Kim, and Kim will pass on the information as well. So if you have any suggestions or any comments about this particular presentation, or if you have any suggestions for other presentations, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We will provide you with ways of doing that at the end of the show. So again, thanks very much, Mike. Really appreciate it.